30-day devotional I wrote, From Stillness to Soaring, a devotional journey for every season of the soul. So I love this devotional. It goes through the different phases of the bird with the egg. So there are 5 sections, and each section has 3 sections, and each section is just like a page and a half for a devotional, and then a few questions. So I want to read along. I'm just going to read this about devotional to see if this is something that you might be interested in. It says, "We don't grow all at once. We grow in seasons, sometimes slowly, sometimes painfully, and sometimes beautifully. This devotional was written to walk with you through each part of that process. As I reflected on the spiritual growth I've experienced over the years, I realized how much it mirrors the life of a bird. There's a time to be still in the nest, a time to be formed in the dark, a time to break free, a time to wobble, and finally, a time to fly. This devotional isn't about achieving, it's about abiding. Each day includes scripture, a heartfelt message, reflection questions, and space to write and journal. You'll move through 5 days that reflect 5 stages of your journey: the nest, the egg, the hatch, the fledgling, and the flight. Whether you feel stuck or soaring, I pray this devotional helps you feel seen, strengthened, and closer to Jesus, the one who carries us in every part of the season." So on the YouTube channel here, if you get the book, there's a QR code in here that takes you to the YouTube playlist of original music that will guide you through each section. So each section starts with a beautiful picture in a Bible verse, and section 1 is the nest, safety, and stillness. So let's just go ahead and read that first devotional and those questions. So it's rest before you rise. Psalm 91, verse 1. "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Psalm 139:13. "For you formed my inward parts, you covered me in my mother's womb." Before there's flight, there's stillness. Before there's calling, there's covering. And before you rise, you must rest. Let rest become your rhythm. The rest is not a delay, it's actually a design. Like a bird weaves each strand with intention, God has woven your waiting place with care. And He's still knitting even now. The same hands that formed your inward parts are forming your present season. Every thread, every pause, every hidden moment is being woven into something sacred. The nest is where your identity is established before your influence is seen. It's where your soul is wrapped in His presence layer by layer, with truth, trust, healing, and hope. So if you find yourself in the quiet, in the pause, and in the in-between, know that you're not behind. Wings take flight. Because when you rise, you'll rise strong. Picture this: God's hand holding the yarn of your life, threading each loop with grace, strength, gentleness, joy, resilience, and compassion. With every knot, He's forming the soul He designed for the exact purpose He placed within you. Each stitch is intentional, each thread is sacred, and as He weaves, He waits with holy anticipation for the moment of your breakthrough, the moment you'll hatch, emerge, and step into all that He's written over your life. But first, He rests with you. He covers you. He delights in you before the world ever sees you. You're not just resting in the nest, you're resting in the hands of the one who made you. So that's the devotional. There's just a couple questions for reflection. Let's talk about these. What is God teaching me in this season of stillness? Sometimes we're too loud and we're too busy to even hear in the stillness, in the quiet of what God's trying to teach us. Isn't that true? Second question, how have I been viewing the quiet as punishment instead of preparation? Now that's a pretty deep, thought-provoking question, isn't it? So often we don't think of the quiet as a time of preparation. Sometimes we're like, why isn't there more communication? Why isn't God speaking to me more? But it's not punishment, it's preparation. And then third question, what qualities is God knitting into me right now? So if you could see the threads God is weaving in the season, what do you imagine He's adding into your life? And what qualities is He forming within you? So that was section 1, part 1 of section 1 of Singing in Every Season. Thank you for following along today, and we'll read another section later.